Welcome back, Dialogue Tree, Episode 6, Season 2. I am Matthew Peterson, and as always, I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Daniel Keanu Reeves Padilla.
Hail to the king, baby.
That's not Keanu Reeves, dude.
It's John St. John, dog. I don't know.
What
would a Keanu impression even fucking be? I don't know. Like, be excellent to each other, dudes. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
All right, well, let's go with that one. Let's go with that one then.
Yeah, there's a sick part in Bill and Ted where one of them dies, and the other, or he doesn't actually die, but like it looks like that he falls.
Is this in the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like either Bill or Ted has fallen down the stairs, and then Keanu Reeves just looks at the corpse and he says, "Bogus."
Shit.
It's like his best friend is dead.
Yeah, right. I remember seeing that movie. I don't remember that part in particular.
Yeah, I love that movie. Actually, it's pretty good.
Did you see the third?
No, I didn't. I didn't know it got finished.
Yeah, it was released on some kind of streaming platform, I believe.
Oh, that's why I didn't see it. Yeah.
Well,
maybe one day.
What's going on in your life, dog? Tell me about it, man. It's been a while since we were last, since it was just the two of us in the
right. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because my mom's been home like not every day, but she hasn't had work. She's had like severely reduced hours because like someone in her building where she works had COVID, so they had to like split everyone up into teams, and like they have to clean up between every shift. I mean, she gets paid full time anyways, so it's actually pretty sweet for her. But yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of resurging here, I guess, a little bit. The positivity rate has gone down, but the cases are still going up, and they're going to probably close bars and restaurants
in the next couple of weeks or whatever.
There's a place like 2 blocks away from me that's taken their case to the Connecticut Supreme Court about they say the governor isn't like allowed to close down bars and restaurants, but I think they're just going to say that he can.
Yeah, right.
Like in the interest of public safety.
Right. I mean, it's you got to feel for the fucking businesses that they had to close and like get no business from people, you know. But goddamn, this is tricky, man. Because
I mean, I think you could say it's unlawful for the government to close your business without giving you money every month.
Yeah, right.
I think that you could make a case for that, but I think you're not going to get them to just straight up allow you to operate.
Yeah, right. Especially like in the midst of the situation that we're currently going through, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like awful here.
Right.
They just approved the vaccine like now.
Oh no shit!
The FDA
like
or
today?
whatever.
No way.
The health council like voted to recommend approval or something. Some step towards getting it approved here for the Pfizer vaccine. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So the thing about that is, you know, like the fucking. I'm not to like draw any, not to like make any assumptions here, but you know, like kind of like in the internet culture. I guess what I'm trying to get to without trying to make any horrible assumptions about people is that I would not be surprised if like the same people who have like fucking been anti-mask this entire time and like called everything a fraud, called COVID a fraud and everything, I would not be surprised at all if these people also like opposed the vaccine and started talking shit about the vaccine. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, I think some people are like afraid of getting vaccinated,
which is fair, right? Like I understand, you know, being skeptical about things, right? Like I understand that this shit like this, it's always like important to like question.
It's definitely like moving unprecedentedly fast. So it might not be like, you know, 100% like all cases were accounted for or whatever. Right. I can see you thinking that.
Yeah, exactly. So like I understand being like skeptical, but like also just, you know, just don't be like an asshole about it. You know what I mean? Like you don't want people to wear masks. I don't know. Like the vaccine is supposedly coming here to like help reduce or you know like eradicate this virus to some degree, right? And so like I don't know, just don't be an asshole about it, you know.
I mean, I think I'm not like concerned about it because I'm not a frontline worker. I'm not like elderly or anything. I'm not like high risk, so I'm gonna not get the vaccine for a while, even if it does come out.
Yeah.
So if it like kills you, you know, it's not gonna,
right.
It's not going to get down the line that far before it gets to me or my
before
parents.
Before it gets to you.
Honestly, anyone I know, really. Maybe Spencer.
Yeah. I understand there's going to be like a hierarchy to get the vaccine, right? Like, like frontline workers and then whatever, elderly people with like pre-existing conditions and whatever.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Owen sent an image.
Right. I was just going to say we have our daily Owen image. You want to go ahead and describe it, dude?
Yeah, it's someone, it's a creature forlornfully looking out of a jail cell in like a tower, like yearning for the light and freedom coming through the window, and he's like got a typical 24-year-old dude head, but like some sort of monkey or bear body. And it says, "Please turn me back into a man."
You can also see like the bowl of like food or whatever, like right behind the word man. Yeah, and like there's also like a fucking beach ball too for some reason inside his jail cell or whatever.
Like to play with, like a zoo.
Yeah, right. God damn.
So thank you, Owen.
Yeah, dude. You know whose birthday it is today? Like today, the day of recording, not the day.
I know
of, like,
who it is, but I don't want to. I don't want to say it.
You don't want to say it? Should I also avoid it?
No, go ahead. I guess we can't avoid talking about it forever.
Yeah, it's a friend of the show, Robert Franklin's birthday today. So if he listens to this shit, man, just know that we wish you a very happy birthday. Even though when you listen to this, it's probably going to be like a week after. But yeah, friend of the show, we appreciate you and hope you had a great time. Hope you're still having a great time.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll return within a reasonable amount of time to come talk about whatever.
Did you have the conversation about Robbie and Spencer and their whole argument about being a libertarian?
Oh, yeah. So we were playing Among Us, and then Robbie was like, "Hey, Spencer, I heard you called me a libertarian, like publicly. I don't like that."
Right.
And they had a little argument about it, but not like a serious argument or anything. Just like,
okay.
It was just funny.
Yeah.
But I was going to say thank you to Robbie for telling me to watch Queen's Gambit because it was pretty good.
You see the whole thing yet already?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nothing spectacular, but like it's competent and there's some nice shots and whatever. Like it's like, you know, it's not like a groundbreaking show. It's not like deep, really. It's just kind of like an anime where like the protagonist like fights other powerful characters, but it's about chess.
Gotcha. Yeah, that would be super like, you know, very like interesting to you and whatever.
Yeah. I just like that the show exists and it has so many more people want to play chess now. You know, that's really good for the game. Yeah,
I saw that. I guess meme or just like informational image, I suppose, whatever you want to call it. That said something like ever since Queen's Gambit was released on Netflix, like the amount of people on online chess games has like exponentially increased. The amount of like chess tutorial books has also exponentially increased.
Yeah.
The demand for these books, like on like Amazon and whatever, has exponentially increased and shit. You know, so that's just wild how something like, you know, just like a show being released on Netflix can like wake people's interests like that. You know?
Yeah, it's great, and it's not really something people in chess have wanted to step towards, is like being relevant, I guess, and modernizing and like appealing to anything people want to get more people interested in the game.
Because there's a scene, of course, like a chess scene, but like they don't. It's pretty niche, and they don't look to break out of that nicheness. You know what I mean? Not in any way that I can tell. Anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you talking about chess on the show and just to like us and, you know, casual conversations, like I would know next to nothing about like the chess scene. You know?
Yeah, it's not very beginner friendly.
Right.
You know, and it's a shame because I don't know. It's there's stuff on YouTube, of course, like tutorials and whatever, but that's kind of like new school even. And there's definitely like some people, the anti-streamer movement, where like these people aren't showing the game well because they're playing it poorly and broadcasting it to a lot of people. But it's like everyone sucks at chess when they start.
At some point, right? Yeah, and all you're doing is like, I was gonna say, all you're doing is just like reaching more people with your chess content. You know, it's hopefully
like, and it's so impenetrable to watch. Like some videos that I watched, you wouldn't be able to watch them if you'd play it. You'd just be bored and have no idea what's going on. You know?
Yeah, right. So you might as well watch like a professional streamer play it. You know?
Yeah, it's fine. I think. Right. I do want to actually. This is like a good like. Copy pasta, if you will.
Hold on. What the hell is a copy pasta? I don't really know what that means. Maybe I know. Maybe I've seen them and I can identify them, but I don't really know exactly what they are.
Okay, so copy pasta is a term used to describe. It's a corruption of copy paste. Like you're cooking pasta out of copy and pasting text.
So it's like this one text that keeps getting like pasted everywhere and shared around like that.
Kind of like if you remember that, like I am a U.S. Marine. What did you just say to me or whatever meme? If you ever saw that, That type
Yeah,
of
or
post.
like the Donald Trump one, like nothing makes me happier than seeing Donald Trump lose or whatever bullshit that was
Yeah,
going
it's
around.
just like a usually long or absurd
Yeah, right,
text post
right.
that people copy and share places out of context
Right,
for
okay,
comedic
okay.
effect.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay, okay, okay.
And so I'm going to need to give a little context, but this is a great chess drama, and this is not like super recent, but this is really
Right.
good, and I'm surprised I didn't talk about it earlier. So there was an online tournament, and this grandmaster named Tigran Petrosian, kind of famous, played in it, and he
Yeah.
won the whole thing, and he beat a lot of people who were a lot better than him, and a lot of people were like commenting on how he wasn't like looking at his screen most of the time, and that might be indicating that he was cheating. Just
No.
like using a computer on his phone or whatever to like look at the best moves ahead of time.
Right.
So his like winning the tournament was like put into question. And then
Oh, yikes.
he goes on Twitter and he posts this amazing post. Are you kidding? What the asterisk are you talking about, man? You are the biggest loser I have ever seen in my life. You was doing Pipi in your Pampers when I was beating players much more stronger than you. You are not professional because professionals knew to lose and congratulate. You are like a girl crying after I beat you. Be brave, be honest to yourself, and stop this trash talkings. Everybody know I am a good player. I can win anyone in the world, single game. And W.S. Lee So is nobody for me. You are just crying every single time losing. Remember what I say. Stop playing with my name. I deserve to have a good time during my chess carrier.
Oh, yikes! Damn. But this wasn't actually him saying any of this shit.
No, this was Tigran Petrosian posting this on Twitter.
No shit.
So this response of you are doing Pipi in your Pampers was considered so unprofessional that he was disqualified anyways, and like they're still investigating the cheating, but he's already lost first place for saying this online.
He got disqualified anyway. God damn, dude.
Because you just can't.
Yikes,
you can't just like conduct yourself.
Yeah.
like this. Like
because you're still representing like the competition. You know what I mean? So like you can't. Yeah, like that's gonna turn people off, and you can't have that kind of shit. You know?
Yeah, that's I thought it was funny and and bizarre, but I was like doing Pipi in your Pampers.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So thank you, Robbie, because we got to talk about that because of you.
Right. Very nice. Yeah, cool. I don't know, dude. What do you have anything on your mind to bring to today's episode?
Yeah, actually. We can talk about Nintendo a little bit more. We can complain.
There's been a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, I don't want to like go too much into it because Nintendo has been doing a lot of things people haven't been liking. But I do want to say, because I always forget to do this, I'm going to shout out. There's a Melee tournament. The week this goes out.
Nice.
Just so everyone knows, the LACS 3 championship. It's all for charity, so go check that out. It's going to be on Ludwig on Twitch, I assume.
Nice.
So I just want to, because I always forget to shout those out. But also, Nintendo canceled Splatoon tournament because a lot of the players had like free Melee or whatever in their names.
Right.
In response to Nintendo canceling the Smash tournaments, the Splatoon players changed their like tags, I guess, to support Smash. So Nintendo just canceled their tournament too. How unprofessional and unfair, like.
Yeah. So it's tricky, right? Because in the one hand, like I understand corporations, I guess, like I understand protecting your IP and you know what I mean? But like, whatever, you know what I mean? Like it is like the only reason why that one tournament, the Melee tournament, Big House, right? The only reason like that one was going to be streamed over the internet is because it's literally a pandemic year and people can't get together to like hold the tournament in a, live stage or anything, So like you really can't, cut people a break over, the fucking extraordinary circumstances that we're going through, you know what I mean? And the issue is that like a lot of people depend on this shit, like as weird as that sounds, like people like this is legitimately people's careers these days. And then if you cancel one of like biggest events like fucking Big House, like you're really like getting in, you're really putting people in a lot of trouble.
It's already strenuous with the pandemic for money.
Yeah, exactly. And you're getting a lot of people in a lot of trouble, like the players, the sponsors, teams and whatever, it's just. And also, like on top of that, like what the fuck does Nintendo gain? You know what I mean? Like they're not monetizing Melee in any sort of way anymore. And like fucking Smash Ultimate is only like the highest grossing fighting game of all time ever. So like people streaming Melee in 2020 is not going to stop sales for Ultimate. You know, like
Yeah.
People are still going to fucking go out and buy Ultimate because they can't. You know, maybe they'd be interested in playing Melee, but there's no way that they can buy that anymore regardless. So like I guess the next best thing is just to get Ultimate or whatever, you know?
And I think, I mean, that a lot of people feel that way. That's really true. And a lot of stuff has come out that like Nintendo soft canceled Project Melee PM, which was a mod for Brawl that everyone wanted. But they said, if you don't do this, we'll sponsor you, and then just not sponsored people.
Right.
And you know, whatever. Nintendo has always been shitty to Melee, but then to just like for the Splatoon players to be like, we don't like you treating people like that, and then they're like, well, you don't have a tournament that either. Like, it just seems so petty. Like, that's not protecting your intellectual property.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that straight up, just like censorship. You know what I mean? Like, what if players are human beings and they can like stand for things as long as they're not standing for like fucking awful things, you know, like racism and shit.
It's not like
that.
they're not like fucking Nintendo on their names.
Yeah, right. They're just showing support to their fellow fucking like colleagues, even if you want to call them that, right? Because they're just like other professional gamers, and like I think it's totally fair to like show support for them. You know?
I think it's nice of Splatoon to show solidarity, and I also think they might be having like a little moment of self-awareness of it, like this is the only kind of esport game Nintendo has ever pushed, like in any degree. Right. And then it's like, man, Nintendo sure like drops games really fast. Maybe we should not be so quick to be totally relying on them because, you know, they might just totally pull the plug on our game and then we're dead in the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Out like of something
who's playing the ARMS tournaments or the Pokken tournaments these days, you know, it's like,
right. Yeah. And that was something that I was going to, I don't remember what exactly made me think of this, but like, I remember one of the, you know, I think it was on the very first like official Switch reveal trailers or whatever that like, one of the, I guess, scenes, if you will, of the trailer was like a, you know, like a pretend big ass Splatoon tournament, like an official like, esports. You know, you remember that, but then I don't know, and then it just go. So like they're kind of like Nintendo sold that, right? They sold Splatoon to customers as a, you know, like their, I guess, their contribution to esports, but then they just go ahead and fucking cancel it. Like that, you know?
It's like, oh, I guess you didn't really care about the game itself, you know, like, you know, I'm not a Splatoon head or anything. No, I think this was like a big tournament though. And of course it's quarantine, so it's the only tournaments that's going on. So I think this was a big deal for them to get canceled. Yeah, no, for sure. Again, I don't know like the scope of this tournament, but I understand it was like one of the bigger ones or whatever. Yeah. So no, it's pretty garbagey. Not only that, but they also, you see the Etika thing with the controllers, you know what? Oh, you know about this? So I think it's just briefly that Etika had like in his name there was like a charity, like a full non-profit charity, and Nintendo was like, you can't do that or whatever because they're selling like a modified Joy-Con or whatever. Right. Yeah. And this is again, dude, he really, at least, you know, because people made these controllers and like people were selling them off of Etsy. So like if you just like cease and desist like that, like these people are gonna they're just gonna have these fucking Joy-Con that they won't be able to sell, and who knows how much money they put into actually like making them, you know, like And on top of it, it was for charity, like in the name of someone who like loved Nintendo to like it was like their biggest like content outreach guy. I don't know what the ambassador or whatever, you know, right. And he just, like really pushed Ultimate, and he like tragically passed, and it's horrible. And like they were doing, they're doing a charity in his name for mental health, which I think is a very commendable thing. And then Nintendo just goes ahead and like shuts them down without letting people even like get rid of their stock at the very least, you know? Yeah, it seems like a really big miss. Yeah, man. Yeah. Weird. Fucking odd, yeah. But there's supposed to be like the big, just I guess sort of awkwardly transitioning into another topic, sort of Nintendo related. There's supposed to be a big Smash reveal today. The new the new fighter's coming out today, I think. Right. Which is, I don't really care anymore. Yeah, no, that's fair. It's been a while since I cared, but we'll see who it is. Yeah, it's interesting to see who gets in. I was gonna say, I think the interesting thing is that there are no parameters anymore as to who is allowed into Smash. You know, so like it's just fun to like. Again, I don't even own the game, and I don't know that I will anytime soon.
But like, I'm still kind of just interested to see like who they could potentially like come up with.
Right. It's kind of like a wild guess.
Right. Especially
point.
following up Steve, which is like the biggest fucking reveal like ever, pretty much,
I can't even like maybe like Devil May Cry or something. I don't know.
Yeah, people talk about what Dante? People talk about Dante. I've heard people talk about Sora from Kingdom Hearts and shit.
Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts could be it.
Right, Crash and whatever. Like, Crash would be pretty sick, actually.
I think they could pull off Crash. Yeah,
right.
I don't know. Like, Crash seems like tied up in licensing or something.
Yeah. Honestly. Oh, that is true. Yeah, that is true. I don't know. You got Cyberpunk. When was the official Cyberpunk?
Speaking of Keanu Reeves,
was it today? The official release? Was it today?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
As of this episode.
Right. How much time have you put into it?
Only probably like. I specifically played less than 2 hours because I was like, if I want to return it, I'm not going to play over than 2 hours. Just to
right. Right. Oh, I forget that you can do that over Steam. Yeah, true, very true.
Yeah, maybe it was cheaper on GOG, but when I looked, it was $60. So I just got on Steam. I don't know. Maybe GOG has reduced price now.
It could also be a weird sort of regional thing because I'm looking at the page right now, and it says 38.56 is what Cyberpunk is going for. Yeah, and every time that
still $60 here.
That's weird. It must be some weird regional thing, but I think that's odd.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
that is weird. I don't really know the politics of that, but that definitely happens with Steam and shit.
Right. I think it's cool that like GOG has such a reduced price on this game, but at the same time, it's kind of odd because this is like, arguably the most hyped game in like history of fucking games. So it's just weird that on release they would have it so much cheaper.
Well, is it just like? Is it like inflation or whatever? Is GOG just like this is a $60 game in this region or something? Like, I don't know.
No. This is just straight up in dollars, like straight up dollars.
No, but I'm just saying you have to use your currency as dollars.
Oh, I guess so. But every other game, like every other release, goes for $60 anyway. Like this is not the standard price. Odd. Yeah, this is not the standard price for new releases and shit.
Oh, interesting quirk. But anyways, I think we'll probably have Josh around next week, and we can talk about it when like everything kind of settles down. We cool off, and we can actually get like an objective look at it. But I do want to talk a little bit about it, just because it's been. I don't know if disaster is the right word because they already got all the money.
Yeah,
but
right.
It feels like it's been a disaster of a launch, honestly.
Right.
I haven't had any. It's pretty stable. No crashes or anything like that. Looks okay. My hardware's a little old, so didn't expect too much there.
I'm playing on PC. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But apparently the older gen console, like the PS4 and stuff, is just like really, really bad.
That's what I've heard. That is pretty unoptimized for like I guess PS4 and Xbox One.
And they had like promised that it would be fine. So people I think just that like 40% or whatever of the pre-orders is really mad that they've been pretty much ripped off, honestly.
Right.
The subreddit is just like blowing up. It's like just people arguing. It's like this game is amazing. This game is terrible. This is GTA with robots.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I haven't played enough to really tell you. I will tell you that the combat feels a little underwater. Maybe.
No shit.
Feels a little weird.
Okay.
The dialogue trees are surprisingly sparse so far.
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm always one of those people when you go into an RPG and you go up to the first guy in town and there's like 8 questions and I like hit them all in order.
Yeah, right.
Just listen to everything the game has to say to you.
Right.
Cyberpunk really hasn't had that yet. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah.
Like the voice acting is good. The direction seems good. Like I like the characters and everything. I don't know. It's very movie like or very like action game like where I haven't made any real decisions yet except like your starting build, if you will.
So it doesn't feel like an RPG just yet, even though you're like an hour in or whatever.
Yeah. So I mean maybe like now that I'm past the prologue, There'll be more decisions and more options.
But I guess it's weird that they like, I don't know, for the I don't know, because you want to introduce like the RPG mechanics like as soon as the game goes. I feel like, I feel like every other RPG that I've ever played kind of goes like that too.
I will say I really like the look of the city. Like at the beginning mission, you're just kind of like you're like in an automated car, and it was going somewhere. And it's like you're just looking out the window at all the buildings and stuff, and like you can turn the news on and listen to it or whatever, and there's just nothing there. But you just like look, and it's really cool actually. Instead of having a loading screen, you just kind of watch the city go by, and that's probably the best part so far, I think.
Yeah, interesting. Very cool. Have you come across any like of those like weird bugs? You sent people like in T-posts. Was that something that happened to you?
Yeah, no, there's like screenshots all around, and I think these are mostly from the console version of just stuff going wrong. There's There's that one of a literal placeholder object, which blows my mind.
Yikes! Yeah,
that's a red box that's like texture not found or whatever, and it's like, God damn,
no way,
should not be happening.
Yeah, I think it's fair to like not want to go like any deeper about this. Yeah, considering because everything is just blown up about it, like so many like memes and like everything is just like steamy hot right now. So like I think that's fair to like waiting to have this conversation until next week when we have Josh Smosh Ruttenberg join us again for his impressions of the game.
Yeah, I was gonna wait to get it, but then I saw how controversial it was, and I was like, I gotta get in on this culture bomb. Like
exactly, like if it's bad, you can like be a part of it. Share your experiences of how funny and weird and buggy it was or whatever. Yeah. No, that is super fair. Yeah.
So far, besides like having to mess around with the settings and stuff to get my preferred stuff to work, everything seems okay on my end, but don't trust that because it seems like it just varies. If you're unlucky, you might just get screwed.
Can we talk about how interesting that is? How like a game can be such a culture bomb these days? I don't know. Like I'm thinking about something like fucking Superman 64, right? Whenever that shit came out, it's upon thousands upon millions of people talking about it like on the internet and just like waiting so long for the game to release, and then like upon release having just people talk about it and everyone just waiting for it.
Yeah, I think it's just like kind of a perfect storm. I mean, we kind of talked this a little bit before, like probably 2 weeks ago or 3 now, but people just assign so much value of like their own interpretation based on like vague statements and vague footage.
Right.
I sent you that picture today of some comment on Reddit. I swear this is not ironic. This because it's just like in the general discussion mega thread.
Right.
And with no sense of sarcasm, this guy's like really disappointed after I bought the game to find out that it's in first person because I get sick when I play first person games. What a disappointment.
And the dude says that he hyped it up for a year, right?
Yeah, it's like, dude, how little research did you do into this video game that you don't know it's in first person? And you buy it.
Like I understand making uninformed, like trying to go into the game as uninformed as possible. I understand. Like at least you want to make sure that it's a game that you can like physically play. God damn, dude.
So I don't know. I think people just were like, "This will be what I want it to be." and not what it is. And that's a different case of whether the game should have been released like that, like this.
Yeah,
like it is.
Right.
Those are kind of two different issues, and I think the problem with the discussion is that people are not conceding one and just arguing the other,
Right. They're not being like objective.
They're just like, people don't like this game because they overhyped it. And it's like, well, people don't like this game because it crashes the system. It doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah. And the other side is true. It's like people can still enjoy it, but it's fair to admit that console players got screwed over, even if it's working for me. That doesn't mean I'm like, this is a good, healthy game for the industry or consumers,
Yeah, right.
But we'll get Josh on.
We'll for sure
dig into it. We've already said too much.
Yeah. I guess my commentary on video games this week is about fucking Bulletstorm, man. It's a game. It's a game that I bought a while ago. I think I talked to you about around the time that I was thinking about getting it because it was on sale and whatever. And like I played it for a second and it was fine. But I just kind of left it for, I don't know why. Maybe I wasn't feeling playing a whole lot of games around that time, or I was just playing something. I don't know. But I picked it up a couple of days ago, man. And that shit's a fucking great time, dude. Again, I'm not big into like first person shooters, like The last one that I really got into before playing Bulletstorm was, I don't know, the GoldenEye on the Wii, which I purchased back in like 2015.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, it's a long time ago, right? So like I'm not big into like the shooters like that, but like I do appreciate shooters that try to do something different. Like I don't like. I've said this a billion times on the show, but I'm not into like those yearly military shooters. I don't know. They just all kind of like end up feeling like the same to me. But there's just this air about Bulletstorm that just makes you feel that everyone involved in this game was just having a great fucking time developing and making it. Like the sense of humor. It's super crass, right? It's super crude, but like it works. You know what I mean? At least I guess that kind of humor has its target audience. For me, it fucking works. For better or for worse, for me, it's excellent, and it just makes me laugh. Not only in the writing, like the banter among the characters is just really really funny, but also like so the gimmick of the game is that you can kill enemies in like a variety, like a wide variety of different ways, right? There's like environmental hazards and like bombs, and you have like a whip that you can like pull like a scorpion, get over here type of thing, and they freeze in slow motion when they're in the air after you do that, so you can like do whatever. And the funny thing is that like each kill has like its own particular name, and like there's a giant ass list of kills and shit like that. And it's just funny because sometimes you'll just like, I don't know, you're trying to kill a dude in some creative way and you just like kick them just because you're trying to pull something different, like kill them in the air or whatever, but you'll just kick them and then they'll end up like landing on some environmental hazard that you hadn't even realized that was there, and they'll just die. And then like the name of the kill will pop up on the screen, and the name of the kill will be like a joke in and of itself, right? It'll be something stupid and something like that, And I think and it's cool because it's surprising like that, like all the time, like constantly, like I'm like 3 hours in and I still get surprised with all the amount of like amusing shit they just throw at you. Like granted, again, I don't play a lot of shooters, but this is like the kind of stuff that I would never expect to see in like, like a fucking Call of Duty or whatever,
Right, yeah.
So I don't know, dude. It's super fun, and I'm playing it on the Switch, which has Duke Nukem, which just makes everything so much better. Man, we're talking about it yesterday.
So interesting.
Yeah, he does not fit in this world at all because every like of course Duke Nukem universe is super like over the top too, but this is over the top in like a more sci-fi kind of way. Duke Nukem is more like it's sort of sci-fi, but it's like cruder. You know what I mean? Like
Duke Nukem is like a movie.
Yeah, right. And this one's just like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like a Duke Nukem game at all, right? But like that just makes everything fun, and like paradoxically, that just makes his inclusion in the game work because it just makes it so much funnier. You know what I mean? It just makes the game so much dumber and so much more amusing. So I don't know. It's just super funny to hear like the whatever lines the main character would usually make, to hear Duke Nukem make them instead when he doesn't even feel like he belongs in this world.
Does he just like read the same lines too, like the plot? Like Duke Nukem just says it.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same.
So weird.
It's the same script, except when he says his name. Right? There's one like someone asked him what his name. He goes like Duke Nukem, baby. Remember that name or whatever the. It's just I don't know. It's fucking hilarious.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I'm legitimately having a great time with it. Of course, it is like a 10-year-old game or whatever, so you make your decision if you think like it's something that you want to pay full price for. I got it on discount, and for the price that I got it, I'm having a fantastic fucking time. And I will say this, it looks great on Switch handheld. It does. I've talked about how much I just like enjoy watching games run on the Switch on handheld mode. That just makes me happy to see how pretty games can look,
Yeah.
So that's also like a big plus for me. So I guess that's my recommendation of the week.
All right, Owen, there's your recommendation of the week.
Hell yeah.
I've been playing Hades, actually, thanks to Josh kind of encouraging me to get it.
Right.
And I don't know, it's just fantastic, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing, man. That's what I keep hearing. And I will...
It's a really well-designed game.
You haven't finished it yet.
No, I haven't even beaten it. I haven't even like finished the run once. Like I haven't even gotten to the final boss and won. I'm sure there's other bosses, like you unlock more final bosses, or it's like roguelike shit, but I haven't even gotten out once, is what I'm saying.
All the way through at the end of the run.
But I've gotten close. I've gotten close twice.
What's the combat like? Is it like combo based, powers based? What I don't know.
It's kind of interesting because you have all these like different weapons and you can pick whichever one you want to use. So there's like a bow, there's a sword, there's a spear and stuff.
Gotcha.
And they all have like their different move sets. And then you have like a very lame magic attack, just like a standard straight like projectile. But all these boons you get from the gods change. You get to pick, but like some will like change your cast. It's called as a cast. It'll change your spell into like a totally different effect,
Right.
Or your weapons attacks into like a totally different effect. I don't know. You kind of start off like default, but you can build your moveset in a way, which is kind of interesting, and you can change the way your character functions mid run, which is pretty cool.
Gotcha.
Some runs I'm just like stun locking people and I'm just like going in, and some runs I'm just like running away and like spamming and you know, trying to stay as far away as possible. So it's kind of up to you and kind of up to the mercy of RNG.
Gotcha. Right. Of course, as any roguelike, right?
Yeah.
Well, shit, dude. Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
If you could store any kind of food, like one kind of food, in your pocket, what would that food be?
What kind of...
As in like it wouldn't be like inconvenient to carry this one food in your pocket.
But it's like I can have like, I'm not going to pick turkey, but I could have like a whole turkey, or I'd have to have like a reasonable amount of turkey to be in my pocket.
I think reasonable. Yeah. Reasonable
Amount of turkey. Oh man.
Yeah. Does that change your answer?
Well, yeah.
would you have picked turkey if you could like have a full turkey in your pocket?
Well, I definitely would have picked something huge because that's just like awesome, right?
Right, having like a 30-pound turkey in your pocket.
Yeah, you just pull it out and then you eat some of it.
No, let's go like size like wise. Let's make it feasible size wise.
Okay. Let me think. Do you have an answer to this, or you just thought of this randomly?
No, I do. I have an answer for it.
All right, say yours first.
Fucking ice cream, dude.
Right.
Can you imagine how like fucking funny it would be if you just like, you're just hanging out with your friend and you're like, hey, dude, you want some ice cream? And your friend is like, what do you mean? Like go buy some? No, dude, I can have some in my pocket. It's just like reach in and like give them like a whole like fucking fistful of fucking ice cream in your hand, you know?
Yeah, I think I would say like ramen or something.
All right, like a soupy ramen, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So not noodles. I mean, it could have noodles in it, but then if you're like hungry, you could just take out a solo cup or whatever and just like tilt your pants, pour it in.
And, like pour it into the cup. Yeah,
and then you just eat it. You just drink it.
Yeah, that's fucking good, man. That's
interesting question.
Hell yeah, dude. I don't know. That's kind of all that I had to bring to the table, I think, for now.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we don't have to make this episode super long. I will say the Last of Us 2 did win the Game Award, which is going to...
What, like the Game of the Year?
Game of the Year, whatever. It won the award at Game Awards. I don't know what it won it for.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think I heard it because I was watching a little bit before, listening to it at least before coming into the show, and I think it was Best Action Game of the Year or whatever, which I think is its own category. But that's not like the overall game of the year, you know?
Yeah, no, right. But I don't know. It just seems like I've never seen a more toxic discussion about a game.
Yeah, very true.
I really have no... Not having played it, I won't say anything because I don't know. I just think people need to relax a bit.
Yeah, right. No, there's a... No, I get what you mean. It's definitely very, very heated topic of discussion. Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah. Tune in next week when Matthew Peterson is going to vault a 20 meter tall hurdle.
Yeah, you're only going to hear it though.
We might upload it on the Instagram. We're not sure yet. We might.
Did you learn anything this week at all?
What the fuck did I learn? Oh, I learned that. What the fuck did I learn, dude? I don't know. Did you learn anything?
I learned that in Bulletstorm, Duke Nukem actually reads like the script. I don't know. I just thought it would be like he just doesn't say anything except like his quotes when he kills people. You know, like a normal Duke Nukem game. I don't know. He like acted out the plot with other characters.
Yeah, it's fucking funny, man.
It makes me want to get it.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's fucking funny. I'm not shitting you. I don't know. I learned that your mom gets to stay home at least. That that things that in your mom's building aren't super hot in terms of COVID, which is unfortunate. But it's good that your mom can still like work from home or
good for her.
Be
but
chill.
She doesn't have to. She
doesn't have to. Oh, that's even better then, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Well, Matthew Peterson's been a damn good time, dog.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, I just want to say to Spencer, because he's probably not going to listen, fuck you for bumming me out yesterday.
Oh, what did he do?
Well, we had this conversation. He just bummed me out, remember?
Oh, but it wasn't yesterday.
It was last night. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It was the first time we played before Rocket League went down.
Yeah, right. Well, we never got to play with him.
Spencer was totally bumming us out.
Yeah, right. So just fuck you for that, but that's fine. I'm over it now.
All right.
All right.
It seems like you got it all out.
Yeah. All right, dog. Peace, man. Happy birthday, Robert.